BGARC to break. 0-0. A race to 7. I'll fix the race.
You see, watch the one ball leak up to on the right-hand side of your screen, and the 6 and 7 go into the side pockets, just like that. And you see, BJ might have his breakdown, but he drew his ball a little bit, and it came back up table, and his deuce stays down. And this rack will be consistent because they're operating with racking templates, and they're going to get a consistent turn. And if these guys that are capable of getting this break shot going, they're lethal. That's how they got to the undefeated on day 2 with a loaded field of 120 players or so that we fielded here. With about 25 thorough beasts and about another 30 players that are dead bang dangerous, 40 players that are dangerous. So here we go. BJ is probably going to, I don't know, he might push. But if he pushes, his advantage is gone. Now he's going to shoot out. He calls the deuce to the pocket to the left. He's going to probably try to fade over to his left rail and leave the 2 on the right rail, and maybe get 3 or 10 for coverage. The 8 ball's in a little too close to the rail for Shaun to totally cover him up. He might have it. Be able to twist his ball around the tray ball. Now he's looking at the kick and coming rail first. He's an excellent kicker, also a terrific tactician. I watched him on the action tour over the last year, and those are all big tables, but. This guy plays all events that he can play in, and he's always up there high in the pecking order, just like Shaun. Yeah, both these guys are right together. 743, 745. He caught it rail first. He hit it real good.
Yeah, he hit that ball real well.
That was all he could do. He hit a real good shot.
So just real quick, mic check, just making sure everybody can hear us just fine. Let us know in the chat if there's any problems. Thank you very much.
This is a tough opening shot in a match, really, for an offensive shot, because his cue ball wants to come down his left side of the table that's full of traffic. Oh, what a hit.
Man, he shot that ball very strong.
Actually went past it a little. Inside English, and he'll float past the 10. Here's the money ball in this rack right here. Little flip of the wrist. He's going to have that cue ball is going to be like it's on the rocket sleds at Alamogordo. It's going to be on back and forth a couple times, I believe, off of this if he plays side pocket, which he's looking. This cue ball will probably go to the first diamond on the short rail. Yeah. Oh, that's gone. Like I said, it was Alamogordo. That was why he flicked his wrist. He knew he had a real thin angle. Call the side on the kick, but this has no reward to kick. I like it coming from the top rail. Not the side rail. Side rail, he might make the ball more, but he's
top rail. Go to that short rail up top and hit that side rail, connect and make that.
This
six.
is. Yeah, he had to fire at it hard, and
really no reward there. Even if you hit it in the face, it's not going to leave you much. You'd have to basically hit the edge of that 6 ball.
Right. I would like to see him come up high on that ball, and he would have still come into the 10 even if he'd have made the shot off the top rail. But BJ should just draw it out of there or follow through the 9-10. The 2 rails around. Good shot. BJ Ussery takes a 1-0 lead over Mr. Shaun Wilkie. Now Shaun on the break. This figures to be a barn burner. What a great kickoff feature match, Wayne. I know you got a mouthful. Catching up on that breakfast. I don't blame you.
Thank you, George. Thank you very much, Patrick. Good morning, Peggy.
Why, yes. So delighted you could stop in. I'm George Hammerbacher. Call the play-by-play here some, and love the game. Do what I do.
Shaun Wilkie to break. Down 0-1.
His 1 ball might go to his right if he hit. Yeah, you see that?
Cue ball kicked.
Both balls went in the side. 1 ball went in the side pocket. This is a tender morsel looking layout, almost as tender as eggs in sausage.
Thank you very much, Sage. Sage also a frequent follower of the TTMD billiard streaming events. Mr. Darren Freeman, thank you very much.
Hope. Good shot there. He's went a little past his mark, and he might be coming across the edge of the 9 ball on that path, even with he hits the right hand high English to try to kill the fan out on this 3 ball. He sees what we call the tangent line. That was a good shot. He made the 8 just slightly more difficult, but Shaun has a very, very short, smooth delivery. He's very, very quick. When he gets going, he's fun to watch. 2 rails. That's pure. He might play 8, 9, and 10 all in the same pocket. Now he's starting to shoot the side, but he knows he's going past the 9. Yeah, corner's a correct shot. Just he's got to just hit this pocket speed. See, the trouble with this shot is that he can get, his cue ball can get past the 9 because that's a sharper looking angle in the side than it looks, and he could hit the point. See, he's got just ever so slightly past it, so he's going to end up having to just stay right there. I think he's not even going to try to do anything. Yep. And play a center middle edge sort of a shot, what we call the half ball shot. Hey, how's it going, Charlie? Charlie D. Haven, good man. Nice to hear from you, Charlie.
All right,
Shaun
so Shaun ties it
Wilkie.
up.
Shaun Wilkie takes it down with a break and run, and like I said, both these gentlemen, if they get their breaks going, this will be they're lethal. Shaun broke, and you saw he broke slightly from his the other side of the table on his left, and the one ball went up table in the top corner pocket to the opposite side from which he hit, and the 2 balls in the crotch behind the 1 ball went to the side pockets. We were watching some of the men play last night, and they were hitting the balls too hard, and they were actually killing their action by too much break speed. And on a bar table, that doesn't make sense. Accuracy and speed are more important a touch than the actual. See, there goes the 6. See the 1
That's
go down.
a heck of a break right there.
2 bounces. BJ is in ideal shot. He has a fast angle on the deuce, but how it might play is that he might end up coming back and playing the 4 in the same hole. The 4 is right above the 10 in the near the rack area. Very fast angle. He's going to have to put some inside or left English on this ball, I think. I might be wrong. Yeah, it looks like he's cueing left English. It'll just take a little turn and come back past. Oh, he caught the 3. It's going in the side. What, he got a good roll. These are all tap ins. He got a great roll there. That goes in. He's playing a bank on the 5 or a safety, so he got the best of that one. High left. Killed that ball a little bit. Little flat. A little flat on this ball for my tastes. He shook his head ever so slightly, but he can get over about halfway to the rail, I think. Yeah, he doesn't like it. Yeah, he's got to take another look. I've seen these guys play plenty, both these guys.
I'm sorry, Joel.
Oh, that's all right. We're looking good, a little east of Hollywood. he can. He can. He, there's a. I don't know what. Shaun has played on the Pro Tour. It's 2-1 in favor of Mr. Wilkie. BJ got straight in on the 7. He tried to put a big draw ball shot on it. Scooped under, miscued, lost a cue ball off the table, and conceded the 3 balls to Shaun, and Shaun has a 2-1 lead. Too bad. This it depends. Each tournament has their own little idiosyncrasies, folks, about the rules, and including things like concessions of balls. And the Pro Tour was very, very stringent about that. If you concede that game, you also lose the next game. Shaun just lost his toy. You saw that ball go in the side. He hit them a little too hard, and it's hard to get the break perfect. The speed. But they had a discussion about that. These guys know each other well. We played many times, and then they're so even. You can't put a vanilla wafer in between these two guys as top regional medium grade pros. The top pros are going to be 775 to 800 plus. All right, 8 balls sitting on the outside of that pocket, and the deuce is down table, so he's going to have to play a little shot here. He can't make the 2, I don't think, so he's going to play the 8. He's got to play where the 2 ball goes. That's a good shot. He's going to have to stretch for this one or shoot lefty, though, or get a cue rod extender. I don't think he can reach this ball. Oh, he's got it. Oh, yeah, we're on a 7-foot table. Excuse me. He drew his ball this time. Good shot, BJ. Now it's just a stun. Either it's got to be a stun to the rail. He's going to settle for a long, straightest shot on the 4 ball. That's a fine stroke there. That's sweet. He fell perfectly on the 6. He can just drift over 7 in the same hole. It'd take an act of Congress for him not to get out from here. He's a little sharper on the ball, but he's going to just turn it in. Good shot. Good shot from BJ. This is, like I say, these guys, when they break these balls, that these are going to be 1-inning games. BJ Ussery evens the count at 2 apiece, and he's back on serve.
If you go to my YouTube channel, it just should say live. And if you go to my Facebook, it should just have the live. Yeah, I am dual streaming. I'm streaming YouTube and Facebook. I got you. Thank you. It's probably easiest just go to my Facebook page and share it from there. Folks, if you're just joining us, just do me a favor and like and share the stream. We're just trying to get the viewership up early in the morning. These are some top quality matches. We don't want anyone to miss them.
There goes the 3 in the side. Or the ball went in the side. It was the 5 ball went in the side, I think, or the colors are, yeah, it was a 4 ball that went in the side. I'll get it right. It only took me 3. There were only 3 choices there. He might be able to slip back cut this ball, this one, with a ton of right English.
Lenny, I agree. There was a number of people that conceded some balls yesterday on the TV table. However, the tournament director didn't see it, I don't think, and is paying attention today. And there was a conversation about conceding balls when they went over the team rules. So you know how it is. Some people pay attention, some people don't. And as you get down to the final 16, the eyes are on you. So that's probably the situation there.
Well, you see, the thing is that it's once you set rules, and I've seen this as the ruination of tournaments and leagues or just tours, that when you set rules that you have to abide by them because it's a question of credibility. And when you start to let things slide, everything starts to slide.
Yeah,
that's my experience. 40 years plus of playing regional tours all over the country that I played, from Florida to California to the Midwest, New England, to around here, played them all. It beat working. At least I worked hard not to work in those days. Oh, there's not too much wind blowing outside, so he shouldn't have any crosswinds over that 6 ball. Shaun's a real good jump shoot player. Very good at controlling the speed. Oh, he caught it a little too chunky. Good shot, though. I like his 2-railer coming from behind the ball. Go across the face, send the deuce up table, and keep the cue down, and maybe covered by the 9-10. That's what he's looking at right there, where he wants to come in 2 cushions on this deuce. He's even calling the 10.
Combo.
Well, he's gonna play the 2-rail kick, I think. Looks 2-rail kick looks good, but in all probability, if he goes across the 2, he'll keep his cue ball down this end where he's at and send the deuce up table. Shaun didn't call that ball. BJ can have him shoot again.
As good as Shaun shoots, I don't know if you give this one back.
Yeah.
Shots.
Then this is a head scratcher because He's giving it back.
I don't know if I'd give that back to Shaun. He just showed you he can make a jump shot from length.
Well, you see, Wayne, the difficulty with this shot isn't necessarily pocketing the ball, but it's kind of a thin angle, and he's going to be hitting it firm, and he's got cover with the 7 and 8 to get to the 3, and BJ is thinking he's 50-50 or better to make the ball, and then he could also scratch in the side. Or that. And now, here the tables are fast and the carpets are, well, the floor is fast too. I used to say the tables are fast, the carpets are slow. That's when you got a real fast, a real spiffy place. BJ will come 2 rails, or he'll lay underneath and play the 5 up top to the top corner pocket, rather than come around 3 rails and try to hook himself. He's just going to play the bar table style and punch it across, which is the correct shot. That's a picture. He's a little wrong on the ball. He went past the ball a little bit and off the rail. He might have to twirl the pearl with some right hand ball and go past the 7. Played the short side. Good shot there. He got funny on the 5 ball. Now he just draws his ball off this angle. Yeah, he walked over, gets his line of sight. He wants to be straight or a little past the 9. A lot of people just get up and shoot this ball and then have the 9 running into the 10, and they dog a routine out. He's still not exactly what he would have liked. He might catch the 10. Oh, he got to the rail. He's all right, though. (3-2) in favor of Mr. Ussery. We're in the final 16 here of the first annual B&L 10-ball open here at Center Pocket Billiards in Bowie, Maryland. A great facility for a bar box event. Plus, they have 5 of the European Racing tables that are the rage overseas, and world tournaments are played on them. Top flight equipment here with Simonis Tournament 860 Blue, as well as the Aramuth Pro Cup balls and the Measle cue ball. Everything is top notch here. Equipment wise, it's second to none. Too hard. You see that, Wayne? When you see all the balls up top there, you see Shaun got to crush those balls too hard, and it's a speed shot to break, speed and accuracy, like I said from the outset. And this is going to be one of those multiple inning racks in a key situation here. 3-2, and Shaun is dry on his break.
Push called.
A push out, and
expect
Shaun's
probably
got to
this
give
back.
this back. Okie dokie. Just take one look at me. You can tell I've been fasting, right? No.
I know you have been on the diet. I heard.
Yeah. Low carbs. I've kept completely off of those breads and cakes and candies and all those things that almost caused me to lose my leg last year, about 11 months ago. Yeah. I developed a cellulitis attack, and right on Good Friday last year, April 2nd, and that was the wake-up call I needed to get busy. Pandemic, I just had bad habits.
Wow. Look at that delicate touch. Beautiful shot. That was just a beautiful shot. Nice delicate touch there by Shaun.
Developed bad habits, eating and all, and wasn't really all that active while everybody just sat at home, and I was working from home and not many pool lessons, so it was.
So yesterday, George, we had someone reach out. I think it was William Miller. I have to look. Was asking about if you're still doing lessons, and I guess he was interested in maybe setting up some time with you. And maybe what I'll do in a minute is put some information in the chat if you want to
Sure.
get your information out there.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm an active advanced professional billiard instructor association member, charter member of the BCA instructors, and been teaching since 1975. And I was also a PGA golf professional. I've studied people's physical form and physical details and glitches, and that's what I do. I do hands-on instruction in my own place in Catonsville, and Shaun.
So, George, do you do instruction in the evening, afternoon? What's your schedule like?
On Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, those are the only nights that I don't have available. But Mondays all day, Fridays all day, weekends, most weekends if I'm not at a tournament doing some streaming. But 3 out of 4 weekends a month generally, I'm available most all day.
All right, so what we're going to do is get some information up in the chat for folks that are interested in booking with George. And we had a number of people ask us for a donation link yesterday, and I had some messages this morning. And as a general rule, I don't really ask for donations, but I'm going to go ahead and put the donation link up there today since we've had a number of people ask. Any donations that we get go towards the player development program or goes to be used to purchase new equipment for the streaming. So I'll go ahead and put that in the chat. Thank you all for your consideration on any donation.
Thank you. I just hope you're being entertained by this, and we both love the game, Wayne and I, and this is
Goes to be used.
this is a labor of love for sure.
So I'm going to put that in the
and,
chat
uh,
for consideration.
You know, just thanks for listening, folks. I just hope you're being entertained by this, you know, and we both love the game, Wayne and I, and this is a labor of love for sure. This looks like a potential 310, but he looks like he's maybe a little short. Just thanks for listening. He wanted to really go past his 3-ball. It's a tough combination, I think. Really got to hit it thin. Good shot, Shaun. Shaun evens the count at 3 games apiece. Both players are on serve, and this match is going just about the way you thought it was going to go. It's a tough combination, I think. Shaun got fortunate on his break shot that he made a good shot. That's so difficult to slow roll that safety on that 1 ball and coax the ball in hand out of BJ from there. After a tough layout, and I think BJ's got his break a little bit better than Shaun right now. He made a. That's so difficult to slow roll that safety. The 6 and 8 are going to be 2 balls heading towards those 2 side pockets on the B line, and the 2 and tray balls will bank 4 rails if they get through the traffic.
Hey, Mark, thank you for the feedback. I think I fixed that issue with the echo. Let me know if you're still hearing it.
Thank you, William. Eight ball went in the side pocket, and he's got a raggedy looking layout on the cushion now. 5, 6, and tray ball are all pretty much.
Thank you very much there, Mark. I appreciate the feedback, buddy.
A 10 spots up if it's made on the break shot or made not called, of course. Not of course, if you don't know, you don't know, but I'm just keeping people clarifying the rules they got here. Good move from BJ. He's left the 1 ball pretty open though, I think. It's a very, very good. It looks like he's got 3/4 of this ball maybe, and Shaun might be able to bank this. He called the bank down in the corner pocket, but I think he's going to try to lay the cue ball down on the cushion and use a 10-7 for coverage. Ah, he's kicking at it.
That was a really sweet shot. George, that's when they call kicking with a purpose, right? Having a clear plan, not just trying to hit a ball.
Shaun has played every player, the great player that ever chalked a cue in the last 15, 18 years. He's been around the pro tour circuit, played Efren Reyes, Bustamante, all these superstars, Van Boning. I saw him about 5, 6 years ago playing at the Expo, playing a young Billy Thorpe. Might even been a little farther than that. Another good play from BJ. Good shot, good kick. Shaun doesn't have anything to hide behind now there, really. Those four balls are on the cushion. That I don't think he's going to like it. BJ's going to slice this ball with right English. And I'm going to slice this food with right English. I'll be back in a few moments as I masticate this meal.
So while George is taking a break and having his breakfast, I'll go ahead and take over the commentary for a little bit. If you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. We're out here today at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. This is the B&L first annual 10-Ball Open Championship with a $5,000 ad. Congratulations to them for a stout field of 106 players, I believe. And so nothing to sneeze at. Pretty strong field, a very strong field, in fact. If you look at the final 16, I'll go ahead and get that bracket up. Some of the best players in the area in the final 16. Sure, push it this way. So Shaun with early 10. Oh. There we go. Get the score. So I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday morning. A little brisk out there here in Maryland. Hope you're staying warm. Watching our stream today. I'd say we have at least 8 hours of streaming to do today. We'll see. Shaun Wilkie to break, leading by 1, 4 games to 3 on a race to 7. Pocketed the 6. Can see the 1. Shaun's not going to be happy with that. Safety play there by BJ. Looks like Shaun's going to try to swerve this ball. Good hit. Well done. So BJ, I think he can actually see the edge of this one. I don't know if he wants to go for the pot or not. Nah, looks like he might have to hit it a little fuller than he would want. So maybe go 2 rails off the long rail first on the left side. No, he's going to go right at it. Hey, Rick, it would have been nice to see Brandon here. Who knows what he's doing these days? He's always up to some kind of competition. Maybe he's busy this weekend. We did send out an invite to Brandon to our a 9-ball Bob Stocks Championship. So hopefully he'll be signing up for that.
He's a prior champion there.
Yeah, that's it. It would be nice to have him back. So we'll see how that goes.
One place in his heart for Bob Stocks, and that's what I'm talking about.
I think there's several players in the area that had a connection with Bob. Kevin West stopped me and was explaining to me that he was excited to see that the Bob Stocks was going to go off this year, and that he felt like it was in good hands, and I appreciate that sentiment. We'll take good care of that tournament. And so we're just trying to get it promoted. We have got, I think, 54 players filled into that out of 64. I have to take a look, but we're getting close to full. But it's a $160 entry fee. It's not for everybody, but we're trying to raise the bar a little bit, bring the top caliber players without putting a whole bunch of add-on money in there, because it takes a lot of effort to go out and get those sponsors for those $10,000 ads, etc. So this year we're just going to dial it back a little bit, focus on this $3,000 ad, and next year we'll do both events. We'll do the Bob Stocks and the 10-ball championship. All right, so Shaun's going to call that 3-ball cross side. Gets a little unlucky, catches the point going in first, rattles out. It's going to leave BJ with a shot on the 3. I don't see much issue here for BJ. Yes, sir, Ray, you are on the list, sir. And if your gout's acting up and you can't compete, we'll find something for you to do to be involved with the festivities, my friend. We'll get you in a booth, Ray. Good morning, Mr. Brinker. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'm revitalized. I'm rejuvenated. Nothing like a little breakfast to get that one brain cell I got churning. And thanks for Andy putting a link up to William. All I can tell you is thanks a million. Hope to look forward to hearing and seeing you soon. Okay, we got a 4-4 contest, and looks like BJ is on the break shot, and he's taking a timeout. And we'd like to thank Baltimore City Q's for their kind sponsorship here. Gina Cunningham of the real estate Keller
Williams Integrity.
Keller Williams Integrity. With the new green room billiards, Lambros Q's, collector's Q's from the word go. I've got the first one he ever sold.
So, George, how would you like people to get in touch with you if they'd like to sign up? Do you have an email address that you want to use? Or do you have a phone number that you want to put out there? I'd rather not put your phone number out in the chat.
They could email me at small letters.
Hold 1 second. I'll get in the chat there for you. 1 moment.
Sure.
All right, we're ready.
Doctor, DOCTOR,
Yep.
_ snap, SNAP, at yahoo.com.
Yahoo.com.
I really appreciate that, Wayne. Thank
My
you.
pleasure.
I'm I really enjoy working with the students. They're it's just always a thrill to me to see people improve. And with me, there's no commitment to any group or parcel of lessons up front. You take them one at a time as you choose to schedule them and see fit, according to what your schedule, motivation, and overall attitude is towards improvement. What I do recommend, if you do take instructions from me, is to practice 8 to 10 hours on precisely the items we covered in the 90-minute instruction. And not just playing games of pool, but I'm talking about the real stuff that we worked on, because it takes a month plus to unlearn bad habits and learn new good habits. It takes a while, especially if you've been doing something wrong for 20 years. It isn't going away in 20 days.
No, and often when you're trying to perfect your approach, you'll go backwards just a little bit until you start going forwards. And, that's just part of the game, and that's why, it really requires attention and commitment to be a top player. You're just not going to come out here and just think you're an athlete and just be able to compete at top levels. You have to put your time in, no question.
Well, this looks like a built-in safety shot here. Shaun just has to be careful that he doesn't pocket the 7 and hide the 1 ball behind those 3-6. If he's looking to play that 4-ball combination, anything can happen there. This is a tough layout. That's a break BJ hit a little too hard. When you see all these balls upstream. He cuts it in. Oh, he gets a shot on the deuce. Well, that's a wonderful shot. Anything could have happened in that spot. But he's straight in, sort of on the rail. That's a strong shot there. He's got to watch the 3 that it doesn't leak behind the 6. After he makes a 7 combo here. He played the bottom rail. He played a smart shot with the inside English as he knew the ball was going to leak on him. Now he's in position. It got hit that a little fast and went a little past his mark. He's going to be playing the 5 a little sharp. Yeah, he played the 3 rails. He took what the table gave him, which is something I always encourage. 9-10 is a playable combination, it looks like. You see lots of these with the 10 ball in the rack area and a ball near it near the end. He's going to play the same hole. Big game for Shaun here. He has to go get across almost all the way to the first diamond. He's got to hurry. Hey, that's perfect, right on the first diamond. That's as good as it gets. Beautiful out from Shaun off of BJ's break, dry break, and Shaun takes a 5-4 lead in this match. Very, very. This match is going exactly as advertised, Wayne, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing between them in their Fargo. You can see that it's just panning out that way, just the way this match is expected.
These guys could play a race to 100 and it wouldn't make any difference. They're that even, in my book.
Yeah, and this is the 3rd time I've seen BJ compete, and he just seems like a monster. He never cashes in, and I've been following him a little bit on Facebook. So it's nice to see him out here competing. It's good to see Shaun competing. These guys are just talented, cool players.
These guys sacrificed a lot to get as good as they got. You can trust me. That's watching the sun come up in pool rooms while other people were hit them too hard again. There's the 4-railer on the 3. That's the only thing you might get with a real hard hit break shot. Is that 4-railer on one of the 2 end balls, the 2-3. Now, I don't think he can put enough inside English to hold this cut. He might be able to with all the right-hand English that exists. Very thin cut, very fast angle. His trouble is getting behind the 6-8 with this, if he decides to play it. Big game because he stands to go on the hill. He banks it. What a shot. That's the money right there. 6-8 looks like a good combo in the side. The 4. He's heading towards the rail a little bit on the deuce. He's got to make sure he hits his 2 clean. And have to settle for a little thinner cut on the 4 ball.
So, George, there was a question in the chat from Michael Frank. He was wondering, what is the biggest difference, that, in your opinion, between going from a 7-foot and 9-foot play?
Mostly it's a complete change of styles. And I know Michael well, a real lover of the game, loves straight pull, always around the Maryland 14-1. Played with Michael in the straight pull leagues in Anne Arundel County a number of years ago. Good player. Mike, I can tell you that it involves more up and down play and less using the cushion play among one thing, and then the next thing is just keeping the cue ball minimum movements as much as you can, especially in rotation sports.
Now, George, do you find that you have to adjust maybe your backswing length or any of that stuff, or is it more about your follow-through and pace when you're striking the ball on contact?
Than any of that. For me, what it is real basic. It's playing the real. Oh, I don't know if that 8 goes. I think it does. But it's really simply a matter of getting shots with much smaller angles.
So you're saying the geometry changes slightly, which is tighter cuts, etc.
Right, and you don't have the same room to maneuver as you do on a 4.5 by 9 or even 5 by 10s. That when I first started to play, if 5 by 10 rooms were still around, and you got to keep the movements as abbreviated as you can, and avoid trying to go too many rails.
I know for me, when I come off of shooting on 9 foots for any length of time, when I go back to a 7-foot table, I feel like I overroll everything because my mind says I need to have this stroke, and it just doesn't line up for what you expect to happen on the table. And for me, I have to dial it back just a little bit. Just be conscious. For me, I have a pretty extensive backstroke anyway. So then maybe that's just my difficulties. But I've been trying to mimic more of a Shaun Wilkie style of shooting. If you notice, he's got a very abbreviated backstroke and fires through. And some people might say it's pokey, but it's very effective. And Shaun shoots just as well on a 9-foot table as he does on a bar box. So I can't say that it's affecting his playability.
And the thing that people don't have that if you're a weekend warrior or a guy that works and enjoys like even mid-range type competition, like good amateur, maybe aspiring to play in events like this from time to time, one of the things too about the backswing is that I like to try to teach people the tempo of the backswing and the front swing. And to me, it's as simple as breathing in and then breathing out. It's like, it's okay.
So you're saying it should be natural. Yeah. And got it.
And that's about the tempo of the stroke. And not...
Yeah, the hiccup.
The hiccups. That was an unintentional. Unintentional hiccup, but yeah, but the one where you try to get in 30 years of breathing in the next 5 seconds because somebody punctured you or shot you or something.
So, Michael, I hope that answers your question or at least satisfies your curiosity.
Yeah,
keep the questions coming. Where I'm happy to feed them to George and just work through. It's really exciting to me to have someone else in the booth, because most of the time I am so caught up with trying to do the technical pieces, also the commentary, and it really doesn't allow me to absorb some of the moment and to interact with the audience. So this is a pleasure for me. Just keep them coming. Thank you very much for the feedback.
And Mike, Mike is like I said, he's an aficionado, and he's attended and participated in about every Peterborough's Maryland straight pool events, and now in Virginia Beach, in Richmond before that, and in Maryland before that, in Anne Arundel County. And Michael, you watch these Philippine guys that have these 15, 16, 18-inch bridges with these long swooping backstrokes. These are guys that play 80 hours a week, and that's very, very difficult to maintain. And when these guys get out of stroke, their Bambino can beat them.
I know. I was trying to mimic that long bridge, and that's probably where I developed that long backswing. And I think when you have that long bridge, you have to have a long backswing. You can't really avoid it. And so, as George has alluded to, when it goes awry, it really goes awry. You start getting this wiggle in your backswing like a old rusty gate. So I've been trying to really abbreviate that.
Beautiful break from BJ there. He has a nice opportunity. The 8-10 are sort of trick, but you can see now that these balls are where they're supposed to be. He didn't crush those balls quite like he before. He has to get out here, plain and simple, and put the pressure on Shaun to break, run out, and earn it. Whether he decides to come across the 8 ball and gamble. No, he's going to play. Looks like he might be playing for the 8-10. That's good speed when that ball be from BJ. Excuse me. That was a good speed there. He'd like to get just a slight angle on the 7. That's a slight one, but he's a little straighter. He's going to have to end up playing for the bank. But you're going to draw his ball back to the bank, just past the side pocket, I would think. This is a built-in shot that he doesn't have to shoot from the cushion. Yeah. See, these are shots that play so different on these tables, Michael. He's got a pretty sharp angle on this bank. This wouldn't be as sharp an angle on a big table, this very same shot. And he could lose his cue ball here.
Good shot.
Beautifully hit. Excellent. Beautiful out. This BJ Ussery he's a tough competitor. A 6-5. Just like I said, this is This is Shaun's last break in this match, because if it goes to 6-6, the advantage swings to BJ. So it has to be. Shaun is still a 60-40 favorite, but he'll drop to a 60-40 dog if he loses this game. Yeah, thanks for the Michael. Thanks for your answer. Thanks, we love the game. I just couldn't play in those 4 or 5 125-point matches in those brackets anymore. That's why I couldn't play anymore. Oh, Shaun gets a great break shot, but he's got an unfortunate relationship with the Q and 1. He's going to try to go behind the 7. That's real hard to do that. I like this shot. To thin the ball, right hand English, and go around to the 7 that way. Get to 1 parallel with the 7, and use the 4 ball to cover that pocket. You don't want to go the other way, I wouldn't think. Let's see what he does. Oh, he didn't want to pull the trigger. Yeah, he's got a little space between the ball. Again, I can't quite see what Shaun sees up there. He's even looking at a potential push out from there, but I don't necessarily think I'd want to push out here. And but the great late Buddy Hall says often, I'd much rather go down shooting a tough shot than shooting a tough safety. He's a
push.
He put it down where he can't bank it.
Yeah, put that 7 in the way to block the bank.
That's correct. Now he's going 2 rails behind the 7, I think. Or he's coming up table to use the 2-3-10 as down table to cover the 2-3-10.
That's what I'm liking. I'm liking spinning that cue ball down rail and trying to use that 3-10 as cover. Maybe bank the 1 over by underneath the 7 ball.
Keyhole. No, not quite. The 2 ball's got the side rail cut off, and the 9's got the other side. Good shot.
Yeah, I don't think he can go behind the 2 with spin to get there.
He's got to call the twisto flex.
Yeah.
You're going to have to spin it to win it.
Go vertical, go over the 3. It's kind of a sellout shot. You're not going to be able to control the cue ball.
Chris, these guys could play a race to 100, and you could see this for 8-10 hours. These guys playing like this. For Chris Small, thank you for that. Excellent match. Two dead even players. 2 of the top players in our field. Both Shaun and BJ have both been players of the year on the Action Pool Tour. He's got to get right to the tip of the side pocket, and he's going to have to left-hand this ball right to the side pocket. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Might be a shot. Might be. Looky here.
Wow, what a shot. Well done by Shaun.
He got a little fortunate on the roll, but
Well, he created that fortune, right? He had to come up with a good hit, and
sure.
yeah,
He got right in front of the side pocket. He just had enough. BJ made a good move. BJ's shaking his head. That was a good move. He made a good shot, and he'll tell you after he cools down, because he can get that. He more than will acknowledge the good shot. This is a two-railer, I believe. Left-hand ball, side rail, come in between the first and second diamonds across and into the back of the one. Or two rails out of this lower corner.
So he's got a little helper there. He's got the 9 and the 7 that helps him with the line. He just got to go and just try to just barely miss that 7 if he goes for that one rail bank. Should put it right on line. Sometimes you have these guides out there. If you can just miss them, just barely miss them, you know that you're going to hit your object ball. You can use those things as.
Who's going? I think that's just where he's looking. He's going to play the two rail, and the beauty of playing the left-hand ball on this is that you'll get a sweep.
He's going to call that one in the corner pocket.
Yeah. He's got himself coming across it there, or he's going to dig the ball and go one cushion at it. With this shot, on these kind of rails, the ball likes to fan out. He's got to hit it real slow.
Danny likes the two-railer.
Ball fanned out. See that ball fan out?
Yeah. Just flattened out off the rail.
Yeah, it just fans out. Flattened out or fanned out. That's Shaun made the move, and now this is where he has to go get the do-re-mi because he's on the hill and he doesn't want Hill and BJ breaking because he goes from a huge favorite to a mid-range underdog with this out. He might go. I don't think he wouldn't go for the 310. That's looking a little dicey. The 3 doesn't play in the side, and he's sort of straight. He's looking at the combo, but to play a ball in hand and 2 balls to a combo is I don't believe his best option, but it's his shot. It isn't George's.
He's setting up for the combo.
Here it goes. He pointed the corner. Yeah, here it goes.
All right.
Shaun takes it down.
Yep. 7-5 over BJ Ussery.